What's up, guys? What is up? What is up? It is a no trade day. I know I'm uploading this, but there's like, this is probably Saturday, or maybe I'm uploading this on Friday. It's Friday right now. I don't know if I want to upload them. That's beside the point. But basically, the whole point of this video, if you can see in the title, is just a review on today's trade. So today's trade, I think, was a reasonable loss, but definitely could have been avoided. So this is gonna be a review off of Thursday's trade, and just quickly more of a video on how I can help you avoid losing days, and a more of a video on me, since it's a review on how I could avoid this day and how I can learn from it as well. So quickly, I'll take you on what was my analysis. If you saw my video, I think I uploaded. Yeah, I did upload it. I uploaded it. So my analysis was it was heading straight down. We'll go to the 15-minute real quick. It was heading straight down, so I had the bias of long, since I thought it was giving off the pattern of just a reversal. But on the open, I did want it to come down so we can get that break of structure and a retest, and then we can go up. And as you can see, it did happen. It did go up, and I'll explain what exactly I did to mess up. I hate when it does this. So like I said, yeah, just like I said, I wanted it to go down and then go up, and it did exactly as I wanted it to, So you can see it went down, down, down. I waited for a break of structure. A break of structure happened, but it gave me no retest. You can see it did not enter the equilibrium, so I was like, oh, you know what? Gosh darn it, it's okay. And now I did want it to hit this point. So if it hit this point, I didn't want it to hit on ES, but it did hit on ES. So that point was, whatever. It didn't hit on this. It didn't hit this point either. So if you zoom out, yeah, see this low. It didn't hit this point, because if it had, it would have made an SMT with this being a low, a lower low, and then on ES it would have been a low, a higher low, making it an SMT, which would have been an A plus setup. I would have been loved it. I would like, oh yeah, I would have been super confident in the trade. But as you can see, it just didn't happen, sadly. So it just went up and just up and up and up. So you can see it hit this 4 hour gap, and then it hit this other major 4 hour gap right here. As you can see where I took the trade. Now let's review this trade real quick. This trade happened it was right here. I took a short. I think it was like somewhere around here. It was Thursday, so I was doing 5 macros, sadly. So we did the scale out strat. As you can see, I just got stopped out. And yeah, so I put it on 48 points, so I can just lose 500 with commissions. But I lost a bit more than 500, and I'll explain why. But yeah, we were just going up and up and up, and I was looking for a reversal on this point, since it was this liquidity hit point right here. It was gonna get hit, so I was like, okay. I'm looking for the shorts, but it just blew up, right? And a lot of buying was happening, and number one, that should have been sign number one. A lot of buying happening, just like overextending. I hope that's how you spell it. A lot of buying was happening. You just going up. It was just going up and up and up and up. Like, can I? It was going up and up and up and up and up, and that should have just gave me a sign, but I don't know. I was hoping we could like get a reversal. Number two, mistake number two. Mistake number two didn't hit any liquidity point. Like, it just didn't hit any liquidity point. This was London lows, so it doesn't count. If it would hit London highs, then yeah, as you can see, it hit Asia highs, and what happened? It went down. If it hit London highs with previous days highs, with New York highs, then yeah, this most definitely would have shot down, gave us a break of structure, equilibrium retest, boom, and then we could have entered off of shorts and probably banked on this trade. But as you can see, it didn't, and this happened. This big candle was because of Trump. Trump tweeted literally on this candle, I'm pretty sure, which kind of cooked me. He tweeted, and then look what happened. Boom. Yeah, just awfulness. So I was very unlucky, but I shouldn't have taken this trade anyways because there was no liquidity. I did check this trade because it hit the 4 hour fair value gap, but just because it hits the 4 hour fair value gap doesn't mean it's gonna like automatically trade. Automatically like go out of it. Sometimes they will go in it range and then go out because it's on the 4 hours. So we really want to look at the 4 hours as like, does it want to trace into it, or if it's already in it, then will it go out and go to another point? We don't use the 4 hour gap as liquidity, just like as a point as a magnet. Does it want to go in? If it's already in, does it want to inverse it, go up to a point, or go down to another point where there's a liquidity right there? You see what I mean, guys? So that was mistake number 2. There was like no liquidity. And number 3, thinking that the 4 hour was a kind of liquidity point, in which I 100% could have avoided. So this is why, and as you can see, I got wicked into the trade. So break a structure, equilibrium from green to red, equilibrium tapped right here. I waited for it to get out, and yeah, it was getting out. So the thing was, this is why I usually want to see a candle closure outside of the equilibrium, because that's giving us confirmation we're out. If it's a wick, it's not confirmation. If we have a let's say a high, and we just wick out of the high, no candle closure, then that's not a break of structure. That's why we wait for a candle closure. So another mistake. I'll count that as a mistake. Didn't wait for a candle closure. I thought you spelled closure. That's definitely not how you spell closure. I'm just gonna put close. Didn't wait for a candle close. So I didn't wait for a candle close, and that's why I do. But the reason I got into the trade, which I think was a reasonable loss, a bit of a reasonable loss, is because if we check right here from the top, I hate giving away 10 points. And as you can see, that was 9 points on. And in this candle, I went into Tradeovate to take it on Tradeovate. In the candle, it was moving like this, down, 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 doing spikes down. As soon as I entered, it did a spike up, and I think that was. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to like blame anything. I'm blaming myself, obviously, but I'm not trying to blame anything. But I really do think it was insider traders. So they know that Trump was about to tweet. They bought. Trump tweeted, and then boom, it went up. And I do think that's why a bit. Like, I do think that's why a bit. But, it's still my fault. But, like, there's definitely insider traders. Like, I'm telling you guys, I saw this Instagram where there's a lot of people, the richest people are, like, in Congress or something like that. And they're, like, there's a lot of insider traders. If there was, like, this big, let's go to the 4 hour real quick. On this candle right here, there was a big buy 15 minutes before. I think it was this candle. There was a big gigantic buy on this candle, 15 minutes before it, and then it went up. Like, that's the coincidence. Coincidentally, someone bought a huge amount 15 minutes before this giant candle happened. Yeah, no, someone was definitely insider trading, and we all know what's happening. Insider trading is definitely happening. But yeah, that's what happened. That's what I believe. I'm not blaming insider trader. I still think I would have lost even if this wasn't insider trading because it just went up. But yeah, there was no really this like it did break a structure. It did equilibrium, but there was no liquidity. I could have been avoided. Number 5 wasn't focus. All right, you want to be focused on the trade. So what I mean wasn't focus. Didn't look at volume profile. All right, so during this extension up for like a few minutes, for like 40 minutes, for 45 minutes, during the 10:10 mark, like around this area, whatever, I started to eat. I started to like, you know what? It's not happening. Let me eat while I look on the trade. I should have never done that. Because from that moment, I wasn't focused. My trading brain, I turned off as a trader. I wasn't a trader anymore. I just turned off as a trader. Like, I don't know what happened. I just wasn't a trader at that moment anymore. At that moment, I just wasn't a trader. My bias was correct. I followed a bit of my rule. The only rule I didn't follow was thingy, no liquidity. But that was because I wasn't focused. Because I decided to eat, watch a show, and turn off my trader brain. Now this I have learned from this. From now on, I will only trade from 11 from now on. Oh no, sorry. Correction. I will only trade and from 10:30. Terrible thing. From 10:30, I will now trade on from. So from 9:30. That was wild, sloppy. From 9:30 to 10:30. From 10:30, guys. I'm only trading during those times. I don't know why I drew it. I just wanted to. But yeah, I just learned a lot. I think this was a reasonable loss, but also a loss I can learn from. This isn't gonna stop me. I am really upset over this trade, but I'm not gonna carry this upset into next week's trade, which I believe is gonna be a good week because we have CPI, so I'm ready for that. I have things on the work for that week too, so it's gonna be beautiful. But yeah, this is guys, you really want to be like, I don't know why, because it was Thursday. Also, one last thing, because it was Thursday, forced a trade. I'll be honest, I forced this trade because it was Thursday. Because it was Thursday. Because yesterday I missed out on the opportunity of winning 500 because I couldn't trade on the 10 p.m. news 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after, and my setup was literally happening 2 minutes after. So I'm gonna learn from that. I should have put a limit order if it went back down to that level, and it did, and it would have hit full TP. But I forced the trade because I didn't hit yesterday, and today was Thursday, and I wanted to hit big of 500. And I forced it, and instead I lost. So this is why you never want to force trades. You want to be disciplined and good in your trade. But yeah, this has just made me learn a lot, and I hope you guys can learn from it too. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, be disciplined, be better, guys. Learn from your mistakes. I'm upset, but you can also learn from that. This is a mistake. I am 90% sure I will never do it again, because once in a while you will fall into the hole. You'll never be perfect, but you can be better. All right, I want to be better. So yeah, I hope you guys learn from this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.